That's interesting. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Jets of Time Twitch channel. We've got a wonderful race today. AcidCrab versus Sigil711. Streams are cropped. Runners are setting up their seeds now. Should be ready to rock here in just a little bit. When we flip to the tracker screen, I will introduce myself. Oh, and my wonderful co-commentator. Hi, my name's PhilosoRay. You've probably heard me here before. Co-commentating with me today is Fox, who will be making himself audible here very shortly. Fox, if you're there, say hi.
Hello.
Hey, there he is. Audio should be good. I think we're just waiting for a ready on the runner side. They'll be kicking off momentarily. We will get this show on the road. If I recall correctly, we're in the middle of our Jurassic Rhythm Cup event tournament. I'm not sure. I haven't been looking at the Discord chat.
Yeah, we are PhilosoRay, if I may ask. What is there anything that you're hoping to see and like anything you're not hoping to see?
I am hoping to not make a fool out of myself while I commentate this race. Runners are off. We've got a Chrono and Robo start. Two very strong physical characters right off the bat. Probo, as we see in chat. I don't even know what the settings for this race are. I should be turned up slightly. Let me see if that's a setting on my end. Okay, let's try this. Does that help?
Yeah, you're turned off on my end too.
Okay. I had my mic input in Discord a little bit low. Keep me honest, chat. Keep me honest.
What I would like to see is, because this is the Jurassic Cup has Gear Rando, Healing Item Rando. I really love Gear Rando. I want to see a craft weapon showing up. That'd be really funny.
Nice. Already seeing our tabs are +4. I don't know if the prices on items are a bit different. They may not be. But as our runners are making their early checks around the world, we'll see a lot of different things here very, very quickly. Sigils found shelters and ethers, arguably the two most important items to find early game. Looks like items won't be a problem as we've got heals and mid tonics pretty easily. And Sigil scopes the hero medal in the snail stop spot.
And it's just another quick check that you can do, and you also have a free excuse to go peek the character that's in the burrow and the Cursed Woods.
Yep. Especially in this early game, knowledge is power. There's a jerky from the tool spot.
Kind of just go turn that in right away, bro, don't you?
I mean, if you get it this early and it's free, you may as well just go knock it out. You got to do a couple bounces back and forth between 1000 AD and 600 AD. You can spend a little bit of time in 600, drop that off, and get a free, pretty powerful item after turning it in. It is not some progression though, so finding a couple things that are like non-progression or pseudo-progression this early are kind of like, where's the good stuff? So we'll definitely probably see a few more dungeons this seed than we usually would. Having power tabs be a +4 is going to be a great boon for both of our runners already. Which means if we can just find a good weapon for Chrono, he may actually stay in the party this time.
Fingers crossed for that.
Sigil goes to turn in the jerky. Watch the jerky equal Crisis Rainbow. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Sigil will be the first to dip into Frog's Burrow. Not sure if this fight is intended. Nope, unintended. Our Burrow character is Luca. And a ruby knife from the Burrow.
So the ruby knife is one of our go mode items for the Tyrannolargo. The other two are the Gate Key and the Dreamstone.
I believe that was a Prism Specs.
That is Prism Specs. Okay.
Which is 100% worth it. As Prism Specs, I believe, gives a 50% damage boost to one of your characters, taking up the accessory slot. But it's just good. It's just good. So free Prism Specs to start the game is great. We see a life and a rocket punch. It's our first two. Life, Luminaire. I didn't see what Robo's techs were. Good that we've got a full screen clear on a tech. Bad that it's Luminaire. See, Crab's set up to sort of reset this check. So he's probably just getting the knowledge here. And then decides to ignore the reset and run out with his ruby knife. Okay, so that screen smearing is not just my internet going bad. That's nice to know. We'll try to get a message to the runners to see if he's dropping frames. Mid-race, he may not be looking at any chats.
Looks like we have a screen color, the laser spin for an early screen clear at least. It's not the most powerful screen clear, but it still will get the job done for this first fight in the Cathedral.
Yep, it'll get the job done, and it's a little bit cheaper than that Luminaire. Luminaire costing 20, and laser spin costing 6. Hey, the time saved in that first fight alone makes it worth it, because now we got another character. Knowing that Luca's in the burrow means she's probably going to be the last character to be picked up, if at all. Because in order to get the burrow character, you need both pieces of the sword, and you have to be able to reforge the mass immune in order to unlock that character. But we've got Magus and Minoria front, who is a prime front runner for taking that prism specs and just walking through the rest of the game with a pretty decent speed Magus. Two members of the No Mag team, Magus and Robo, already locked in. If we find an Ayla in the back, that might be worth it. We'll see what our runners choose to do. They got pretty good options starting off here.
I think it is a little bit unfortunate that Magus is the Cathedral first character, not the in the back, because it's going to take a bit for him to learn his first couple of techs. And so we'll see what plays our runners are going to make to handle that going forward here. But with Laser Spin, it's probably okay.
I'm not sure why Crab didn't laser spin that first fight.
I think Crab didn't have it just then. I might have just learned it now.
Interesting, interesting. All right, so chat, you guys have to keep me honest, because I'm commentating and tracking at the same time. So if I miss something, just remind me in chat that so-and-so has an item. I'm trying to keep track of everything, but I'm so focused on the gameplay, the riveting gameplay, the decisions.
Looks like
Crab makes his way to Denadoro, probably to do some early grind.
looks like both of our runners are out of the Cathedral now.
It is great to see Chrono's third tech is Confuse. So that's gonna give both of our runners an indication that keeping Chrono, once they find a good weapon, is not a bad idea, although Confuse makes the most sense with Marl and Luca, and we already know that Luca's in a burrow. Magus's first tech... Ooh, I did not see what Magus's first tech was.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either.
Also, thank you, Posmorphus, for that. I do not have to track Sigil's back of Cathedral character. Thank you so much. Please remind me if he goes back there to make sure I grab that character. So Sigil's already in Hecarim Cave, soaking up that early tech point grind. Probably going to use Robo Laser Spin to just clear out as much as he can. We got a Luminaire on Crollo doing some work as well.
It's important to mention this is a good thing. You want having Luminaire usable for that fight allows you to outspeed all of it. Robo's not fast enough to outspeed the jar enemy. I forget its name.
Yeah,
but Chrono can.
Honestly, with Chrono and Luminaire this early on, I could easily see an early Mount Woe play here. Stack some speed tabs on Chrono and just let him Luminaire his way through Mount Woe. These are only 8 MP, which is a little bit rough. Usually they are 10, so the fact that those are lower is going to make it a bit more challenging for our runners to try to navigate their MP usage. But usually, you just buy a stack of 40 of them, and then not really care. AcidCrab going to the back of Cathedral. Looks like he wants that extra character. Knowing where Luca is, deciding, man, if I need another magic user, maybe Marl is back here. Marl is another character who does have some item checks locked behind her, so finding her, or at least knowing where she is kind of important. Looks like we got a dark mist on Magus, which is really good. Full screen clear, relatively fast. Faster than Luminaire, I believe. And
it's
packs
faster than
a
Luminaire.
pretty decent punch.
Also, it's half the MP cost.
Yeah, half the MP cost of Luminaire as well. So I could easily see our runners switching to using Dark Mist as our main magic damage spam and screen clear, as opposed to Luminaire. Let Chrono use his Confuse. Get that man a sword. So now we just need the bets in chat. When do we get a good sword from Chrono? Do we get it before or after the gate key or the pendant? Get your guesses in chat. There are no points, but I still want to know what you think. Mian trying to be nice. Well, so that'll be nice for one of our runners who is going to go do the cathedral boss. The other runner, well, we'll see how it goes. Rando gonna rando. AcidCrab faces the first boss. Who do we have in the back of Cathedral? As the Chancellor reveals himself to be Dragon Tank. And we have an Elder spawn in Hecarim's Cave. Back-to-back bosses. Chrono showing off that Confuse on Sigil's side. AcidCrab giving us some laser spin. Dragon Tank, whose head is notoriously immune to both fire and lightning. Thankfully, we got two people who don't have to worry about that. See a Robo Tackle on Sigil's side. I don't know if the Crisis Tackle setting is turned on for this seed.
I didn't realize there was a setting to add the Crisis effect for Robo Tackle.
It's one of our sort of lesser known settings. I don't know if we use it for races, but that would not be not be bad. I'm being told it's not turned on. This Crab takes down the Dragon Tank, gets a frenzy ban for his efforts. Became a flag when it broke the meta. Not surprising, honestly.
Yeah, that is very expected because it's Crisis effect. So.
Having a guaranteed crisis effect on one character does feel a bit strong. And both bosses going down with relative ease from our runners. A Sigil will go show us what item we get out of Hecarim Cave. And Crab runs upstairs to rescue the princess? Question mark? We get a clone. And there's Marl. Darkness, right. Dark Matter, Fire 2 on Magist. I did not see Marl's tech list. If Marl has Ice 2, that's pretty much everything we need. But I do believe chat is correct. We've got we've got a Dark Matter Magus. That should be plenty to run through the desert, soak up that early XP, and since we've got the Robo already, we can full clear it and get that check.
Checks
Sigil
here.
finds a C trigger. That's 2 out of
Okay.
3. We are 1 pendant away from a go mode on Sigil's side. And we have to find pendant relatively soon because it locks the entire future.
So, at this point, we're looking at either Denadoro or Desert having the progression, and it's gonna either lead to Gate Key or Pendant.
So I'm gonna go play devil's advocate here and say we know Marl is in the back of Cathedral. There could be a Thomas pop into Rainbow Shell into Guardia basement play going on as well before finding either the Gate Key or the Pendant.
That's definitely possible at this point from our vantage.
Yep. See that we've got elixirs dropping on the bridge as well. Always nice to pick up early game, having some guaranteed late game mana regen and healing in an item form is always nice to have. Don't have to spend money on it. Acid's Chrono learns Confuse. Pretty sure he was hoping that Power Meal would be MP. It was not. Resorts to items instead. But Crab will be picking up his clone and fighting his Elder Spawn soon.
Yeah, and Sigil is going to be fighting Giga Gaia on the bridge here.
That's correct. If it is Prism Shard independent, Crab is laughing. But so Crab doesn't. Let's see. Does not have the clone yet. No, he'll get his clone from Hecarim Cave. So yeah, this could be a really quick seed, or it could do typical rando and make us run all the way around the world.
I think the only thing that's going to extend it is if Gate Key is our progression at this point.
True, because yeah, when either runner finds the pendant, that's a go mode for Black Omen. And it's really unlikely they're going to go look into any other dungeon for anything else. Well, except, I mean, like, they're not going to go to the future to try and clear or find items there. Highly unlikely. But that means our runners will need to find somewhere to grind. What grind spots will we have? I could see Mount Woe being a grind spot because they'll need it. Black Omen does not give us Ocean Palace, so that relatively easy and safe grind spot is out of the picture. And I don't think Black Omen has a good grind spot. It does have a lot of XP in it, but not really a good grind spot. Sigil being the first to dip into Desert.
I would say the goons that you fight along the way, and Jets specifically, if you can one-shot those, you should. They give the most experience and attack points.
Both of our runners showing off Dark Mist, easily clearing the screen. There's a good grind spot on Death Peak. You talk about skeletons? Or oh, the like the ones with the raining. What do we call those? I'm gonna call them cheeseburgers. Yeah, that one.
I think the mutants are
Cracker
also good.
Cascade. I think Cracker Waterfall, whatever. But yeah, that makes sense. That's a good grind spot there. Continuously spawning enemies. You can catch them 4 or 5 at a time.
You can catch 6 if you line it up correctly.
Can you get 6? Really? Awesome.
That's a vanilla grind strategy. In Jets, the crackers don't give out nearly as much experience and tech points as they do in vanilla. So they're those egg-like enemies.
Yep. Got ourselves a Super Volt Double Tech, which to me translates as the biggest waste of MP in the game.
Really? I'm surprised you have that opinion. I actually like it.
I mean, it works, but compared to like just using Confuse and or Robo Tackle or something else, like it's just so much MP, and you could do so much better. Omen bragging about his Lab 32 as a grind spot. I mean, if they're going to go to the future in the first place, you've got Lab 32 as a grind spot, and you've got Genodome, the entryway to Genodome, as a grind spot as well. I'm being corrected by all the experts that Super Volt is good strats. Heroes. Oh, that's Heroes Metal, not C Trigger. Somebody keeping me honest, thank you. Sigil C Trigger has been marked. I appreciate you all. I've been looking at some of the items Sigil's been picking up. I don't know if we found anything particularly amazing. Was that a +1 to magic tabs as well? Oof, that's rough. Compared to vanilla, where the tabs would give you a +1 to either power, magic, or speed, in Jets we have it a little bit differently. Let's see, he clears his Rich. I just missed. He just got his clone. So power tabs can scale from 2 to 4, I believe we have our settings at. Magic tabs scale from 1 to 3 at random. Speed tabs are always 1 because speed is king, and if you have too much of it, you just win everything. So Sigil decides to pick a fight with Retinite, proving that even if in a randomized game, there's still way more vanilla than you think there should be. As AcidCrab goes to find his C-Trigger on Xenon Ridge.
I'm not sure if Sigil noticed, but Magus did just in fact learn Ice 2, which makes it more likely you'll hit Retinite. But may not have. I don't know if he noticed.
I'm not sure either. I definitely didn't notice. I wonder why Sigil's not using Super Volt strats for this boss. Pretty sure he's just using Confused and something else.
Because this boss is you can only attack it with physical. That's the thing.
Box, I'm just baiting chat. I'm just trying to like prove to chat that Super Volt is not as good as they think it is, so everyone has a reason to engage.
Oh, okay.
I can hear Lord Batsy in my head right now going, "No, that's not correct." But this looks like this boss is not going to be an issue for Sigil at all. Sees that Ice 2, drops that defense. No, we're not going to fight, Batsy. We're not going to... This is friendly banter. See, Phone has no... He's like, nope, here's why. You're great. AcidCrab getting his elixirs. Sigil making short work of a Ret Knight. Does not get the core, so he's going to take a bit of an XP and tech point drop there. But there's one more check done, and now we'll see what Robo and Fiona are hiding in the desert. As AcidCrab takes on his Giga Gaia.
I think Red Knight did drop a Kaiser arm, but I think it did roll -1. Other than that prison spec, I don't think there's really been anything like strikingly good, at least so far in the scene.
Gradius +1 for a Luca that we're not going to get. We do get Lapises in the store. I see you, Batsy. I'll stop baiting you. AcidCrab makes real short work of that Giga Gaia. And now let's see where he goes next. There's a gate key. Desert might be the required play here.
All right, so we might have a little bit of a reprieve before we get to the pendant, if the gate key is locking it at least.
Yeah, one thing about the Jets of Time seeds is that they are always 100% completable. So because the pendant is required to access the future, you will never find the pendant in the future. So it's got to be either in the past or I don't think there's any checks we haven't done yet.
Denadoro we haven't done yet.
Right, Denadoro. If Denadoro held the pendant, man, that'd be really hilarious. You could go...
I've definitely seen it.
You could go gate key into a sword piece and Thomas Pop, because Thomas Pop brings you back and opens Giant's Claw, and then you could find something at the end of Giant's Claw that was technically no progression, and the pendant could have just been on Denadoro the whole time, which would be really funny. But Denadoro's not even a bad mountain, because you just skip everything when you run up it. One of the first and most satisfying of our skips, Denadoro Mountains. Oh, magic is locked. So Sigil takes the dip into End of Time to unlock his magic, which is really just for his Chrono, because both Robo and Magus will continue to learn techs beyond their third tech. So usually in the vanilla game, the first 2 techs are locked, and you meet Specchio and you learn magic, which gives you your third tech. In Jet to Time, we say you get the first 3 techs for free to give you a bit more variety, a few more options, and everything after that is locked. This is a setting that is toggleable. Once you've unlocked magic, you can just bring any other characters back here and get them a nice little boost. Crab works his way to the desert. Sigil takes off. As he completes his gate key unlock loop. Will make his way back in time.
I actually had that question in my head. I wasn't actually sure. Like, I think with this party comp,
Crisis Sickle and a Prism Helm. Okay, I'd be tempted to do at least 1 round of farm for that Crisis Sickle and Prism Helm.
There's a Doom Sword that's... So I think that is Chrono's weapon that got rolled a Doom effect.
Would that be Rainbow with Doom? Or some other sword with Doom? I'm being told by the experts that a Doom sword is not optional. So hopefully we see Sigil dip into my favorite place, the training grounds. Rainbow with Doom. Okay, yeah, no. If that's a Rainbow with Doom, then there you go. Oh, yep, that makes sense. Thank you, Lord Batsy. The other sword would be the Grand Leon, even with Doom, and it would be noted. Yeah, it'd be sort of like Grand Leon Plus or something, and you could know that. So yeah, if that's a Doom sword, then that is effectively Chrono's best weapon. He already has Confuse. Sigil showing off the swag skip strats. And finding a frog at the top of Dactyl Mountain.
Yeah, just to clarify, or rather just to make sure I ask for people in chat, just because I do have a question, is Frogs gets named to Doom Blade, right? If I recall right. I just wanted to make sure.
Blue Rock Plus from the Laruba New. So that's an item that might be worth putting on maybe a Magus? Man, this boss fight's going to be real easy. If you've got a Chrono with Confuse and a Prism Specs. Sigil did decide to swap out Robo and Frog, so now he's rocking a Chrono Frog Magus party. I approve of this play. Frog is faster and has heal, which is one of 2 full party AoE heals. Robo is the other full party AoE heal, but because Robo's speed is so much slower, swapping a Frog in here actually makes a lot of sense. Probably just going to use Frog as your keep the party alive person. And just let Chrono and Magus do all the damage. If you know you got a Doom Sword coming, you don't really need anything else. Just let Chrono kill bosses, let Magus do a screen clear, and you're pretty much done with collecting items this game. You just need the experience on Frog to get him to heal, and you're good. AcidCrab clears out his desert and goes to pick up his... What will he get out of this desert? Where did I put that? His gate key. That's what he's going to go get.
You could also have the Doom bonus, like for like 1 applied to an X strike, which would be kind of ridiculous. So that is a possibility. Depends on what Sigil wants to do here.
Chrono and Frog X Strike is super fast and high damage if they both got good weapons, but I mean, once you got a Doom Sword on Chrono, I don't think you need anything else. This will be my first time actually seeing a Doom Sword, so I'm kind of excited for it. It looks like Sigil is not doing the new play. He's just doing the ground level mobs, not waiting for the rain.
I'd have to practice that. Like the new is got like 3 spots, and I just forget how to navigate the map to effectively get the new in time before the rain ends. You don't have that much time, so
I
I
believe
don't think.
it's 4 spots. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
it's 4.
With primary 3 being bottom right, and then upper left. Is it only 3? I thought I saw the new once in the very bottom left corner, but I could be wrong. Maybe this is like a Mandela effect happening in my life. But it is totally possible to run from the bottom right around to up to the north and then back to the left side of the map and see all 3 spots in time to catch him regardless of where he is. It does take practice. It is not an easy route, but if you're good with your movement, you can technically pull it off.
Now, Sigil wanted the prism helm.
Take the sword.
Unfortunately, the horns were on the other fight in there, so you'd have to do that other fight if you didn't. If you know where there, I think there are 2 like acid like enemies, like enemy formations in there that will give you those drops.
Sigil goes back to unlock magic on his frog. At the same time, Crab is unlocking magic on his Chrono and Marl. Probably see some, hoping to see a tech list here soon. Unlocks magic on Marl, immediately kicks her out of the party, goes right back to Robo. What was the point of having her in for a magic unlock? Probably because it was quicker on the text boxes there. Prism Helm being one of the best helms in the game. Immunity to status effects, high defense.
I was about to say the Prism Helm did not. It rolled, I think, shield. So that's with Gear Rando, the Prism Helm can just roll random effects. So that is a little unfortunate that it rolled shield, I think, but it can be still helpful. It just doesn't have the protect status effect.
Gotcha. As both of our runners skip Denadoro still and go, let's go see what's in Reptite Lair. Crab going into Reptite Lair just maybe a minute after Sigil. Both runners making really good time. I don't think Crab actually stopped to look at the hunting grounds.
Yeah, Crab did not go and check.
And I believe, Jazzer, that Sigil picked up a Prism Helm, did not get the Doom Sword. There's usually some extra items you can get in Reptite Lair from some of those drop downs that are generally higher quality. Sigil says, nope, we just want a boss and we're getting out of here. Running from fights.
Yeah, to answer a phone's question in chat, I think it rolled magic. I think it rolled magic shield, like the magic seal plus shield. The magic +5 magic defense and D +5. Right.
Is this game even randomized? Okay. That's some French vanilla, not full vanilla. I can't tell by the colors. I'm not as good as phone. We got a Nizbel too. In the Reptite Lair spot.
Best thing you can do is what Sigil's doing here is just have Magus just throw Dark Matter, because your other options aren't good.
Yep. Ooh. Crab found a swallow for his chrono. Is that what Sigil's using already? I see the blue hue of his sword. That might be swallow color. In which case, I can understand why he didn't pick up the Doom sword.
I think Crab might have gotten one of the lucky drop downs from the enemies.
Sigil has a dark saber.
I wasn't looking at his screen, but I think he did one of the drop downs.
He might have. I mean, that's going to be a reasonable difference. Swallow's a really good weapon, and it gives Chrono +3 speed. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
There's the Prism Shard.
All right. Is that gonna lock her pendant, or is it gonna lock Dreamstone? Maybe it could lock either.
Oh man, where's my Prism Shard? He did get his gate key. You're right. Well, thank you for keeping me honest, Malta Nerd. Okay, so we talked about this earlier. Prism Shard requires Marl. Sigil does not have Marl. So if the pendant is behind... So Denadoro has to be a dead check in order for Marl to be in play, which means Sigil will end up going back to the cathedral to get Marl so he can do his Prism Shard turn-in quest to find the pendant. Because the pendant cannot be in the future, the first go mode we will see is Black Omen, period. We already have the other two required items, which are the clone and the chrono trigger. They will open the future, they will climb Death Peak, they will...
It can be either. If we find Dreamstone, we have Tyranno Lergo. So yeah, one of these three checks does have to be the pendant, but if we find Dreamstone, yeah, we can get the Tyranno. So yeah, we're 2 for 3 on both of them. And then we also have access to Mallow.
You're right. Woe is also in play, so there's another spot open. So it's not locked in quite yet, but it is very interesting to see which decisions are made here.
I'm gonna guess that Crab's gonna rush and check Prism Shard because of the fact that he got out of the back.
We could have dueling go modes, that is correct. Dreamstone on one side, Pendant on the other. As Sigil shows off the Denadoro skips. When you play this game in vanilla, there's fights everywhere. When you play this in Randomizer, once you know the skips, there's nothing. He grabs a white rock for his troubles, which is effectively useless, because that is the lady's rock. I don't know if we saw what the extra bonus the blue rock was, either.
I don't think we did.
Ooh, doesn't get the bird skip. Waterfall skip? I don't know what we call this.
Well, I think that's probably because Sigil's kept the Prism Spark on Magus this entire time.
Well, which makes sense. As AcidCrab goes down into the basement, the hold down skip, yeah, right? There's a couple skips that are hold down skips, though. The one in Hecarim Cave with the 3 bats, that's a hold down skip, too. Crab peeks it, sees a bent sword, says, I don't think I want that. It doesn't look like you took any of the items from there either, though. Which I think is interesting. Can you take the items from Guardia Basement without locking yourself into the sequence, right? It's only the key item that locks it. We found a bent sword in Guardia Basement, which Crab did not take. Yeah, okay. AcidCrab peeked that key item, decided he didn't want it, and diverted to Mount Woe. So, Dinodoro on one side, Mount Woe on the other.
Yeah, we're currently just yeah. So now it's Woe versus this.
One quick dark matter takes out the individual Massa and Mune. And they will combine with Massa's bravery and Mune's knowledge to become one! Is that a golem boss? Oh, such a beautiful fight on top of Denadoro Mountains. Free experience. Golem boss is a 100% scripted fight, which does nothing. He just talks, and then decides to run, like Dalton. So if you can kill him fast enough, you just get free XP and TP. This crab climbs the chain, going up to Mount Woe. So Crab's in a good spot to find more items here. Stuff that may be useful. He already has a swallow for Chrono, and we know where the rainbow is. So unless he goes back to look for that, I don't know if we'll find another vanilla rainbow. I don't think we can. If it's already rolled as a Doom Sword, I don't think we'll see another one. But someone correct me if I'm wrong or have bad knowledge. Sigil's key item, we'll see in a moment. Oh, there it is. There it is. We have a pendant. The pendant was on Dinodoro all along. Which puts Sigil into go mode. 50 minutes, 50 seconds, go mode for Sigil. Being told that all instances of the rainbow will roll as a Doom Sword. So there's a chance that he might find one. But we'll see.
There should be a chance.
Sigil already in go mode means he knows what he's got to do. He's probably feeling like his party is pretty strong already. Just needs to unlock the heal on Frog. I think that'd be the last thing that I would be wanting, is just the heal on Frog for security. Black Omen's item drops are real good. Mount Woe's item drops are comparable, but not as good. But Mount Woe gives you, well, no, they both give you XP. So Sigil has to do this prison sequence as he sends Chrono to prison. And then busting out, once you get out of prison, you arrive in the future, where you have access to Death Peak and Black Omen, after a couple cutscenes and a few events. Yeah, if Sigil only has a dark saber, I would definitely be still hitting some checks, trying to find something a little bit better for our boy Chrono. Would he go back? No. I think if he was going to go back to the training grounds, he would have done it already and just picked it up earlier. So he's probably hoping that he'll find something else on the way to the boss, to the final bosses, as opposed to spending the time in the training grounds to get it there. As AcidCrab picks on some fights with some rebels, hoping to get some extra TP out of them. He can get the hits off. That's likely what I'm thinking, Jazzer, because I wouldn't have known that that was the rainbow. I would have just seen Dark Sword and gone, I don't think I know what that is, and then ignored it completely. I think the only difference is the route that I take through the training grounds actually picks up enough items to get both. I get some, I think it's fangs that I need, but we'll see. I'll make a note of that and see if we can chat with him afterwards. Okay, I didn't see if Sigil freed Fritz.
Yes, Sigil did.
He did? Okay. AcidCrab finding red mail. Something else. Screen smear stopped me from seeing that one. We're about to have back-to-back bosses yet again. These runners really highlighting the skill and the knowledge that they've gained as they play these games.
Anytime we on Crabs, then we have a Giga Mutant.
And we have one of the versions of Slash on the bridge. Normal Slash.
Crab is using the text for Luminar and Shock separately, which Super Bolt combines them and adds the modifier. So I'm not sure why if he's aware of that or with it or not. I don't know how often he's had to use Super Bolt.
Hey, there it is. He's doing it.
Oh, he
He's
went
doing
in
it.
chat. Okay. All right, never mind. Never mind. He just went in chat. Like, might have just been like, wait.
Oof. He's super volted our screen, but clears out a Giga Mutant. Lightning 2, area bomb, and the item. That's what we really want.
If this is like a Dreamstone, this gives it dropped in amulet, so.
Ooh, that's good. Homa's pop. Oh, there it is. No, you hate to see it. So AcidCrab could be another dungeon down an alternate path. Will he be able to make up the time? Sigil already in the future with a charged pendant right away. Opening up sealed doors. Megaton arm, Gradius. He's going for the Thomas Pop. Looks like he's going to go into Giant's Claw. Hopefully gets his Dreamstone out of that. It still could be Dreamstone. It could be. That's what we're looking for. What would be the worst thing he could find? The other sword piece? Because I'm pretty sure he didn't climb Dactyl Nest to get Frog either. So he'd be another character check away.
He'd well, like at that point he'd just go Denadoro.
Hopefully. Because I mean, he may reach a point where he has all of his checks extinguished, all of his options are done, and the only option left is Denadoro. We hope it's not that way, but if it ends up that way, then we'll see. Oh, yeah, it could be Moonstone.
There was a viable swallow in the future.
Nice. There's another swallow.
Well, unfortunately, if you bought for sigils because he bought first, and then there was another swallow anyway.
Hey, Rando's gonna Rando. As much as you wish you could be like, oh, I can optimize perfectly, you never can. It's always gonna make fun of you somehow. Or more make fun of me at least. These two runners are excellent. They're not getting made fun of. What is Crab doing? He's in Tyranno layer.
No, he's in Giant's Claw. He's just heading through it.
Oh, nope. Yep, that's right. Man. They look the same. I got confused. I saw him go into Giant's Claw. Hey, there's a Mega Elixir.
Oh, that's why I fought another one. Okay.
Ah, that makes sense.
They've been dropping them.
There you go. Yeah, if one rebel drops a Mega Elixir, it's free TP and Mega Elixirs. You kind of take on a couple of them just to make sure. Sigil got a Swallow, so he's in good standing. Swallow given that +3 speed to Chrono makes it real nice. I don't know if we have decent weapons on the other two. I think that's a demon hit on the frog.
I think the demon hit rolled like +3.
Either +3 or -3. I was not tracking. Dark Scythe +2. Yeah, it looks like demon hit +3 there. What is he doing? Why did he take the swallow off?
I think worst case, for Sigil, he has that blue mail that he had just equipped on Chrono. So like ZL2's hexagon mist won't just straight up one shot or anything. It won't like just end the fight.
Smooth skip on Sigil's side. Let's see if he gets the second one here. Oh, close.
Yeah, I actually think that's one of the worst fight skips in the game. So it's
Yeah, that was really
very
tough.
common to hit it.
The one on this screen is pretty challenging as well. I've pulled this one off once, maybe. He'll probably run from this also. Yep, there's another runaway. Fastest way out of a fight is to run. No matter how much damage you've got. As Crab fights his Massa and Mune. He's in Giant's Claw. quick work of Mass and Immune and Giant's Claw. Another key item soon to be collected. Let's see what AcidCrab gets. Ooh. There's a Grand Leon for the frog he does not have. That's a Wondermune, ladies and gentlemen. Effectively dead-ending this path, forcing him to go to Denadoro to find his pendant, putting him at a measurable distance.
We're not gonna even see what that one means. Like, it might involve like some bonus effect too.
Yep.
We're not gonna see what it has.
That's exactly right, I'm all in. Price is right, sad trombones. I
think like
but it's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not over until until Zeal 2 goes down.
Yep.
For this race.
Our runners are skilled. They know the game. They know what they have to do. But man, sometimes bosses just troll you. And if you one wrong, you could be, right? Dalton Plus is the equalizer. There could just be one bad boss in a spot that's like, well, was not prepared for that, and I just get smacked for it. So it ain't over till it's over. Don't count out AcidCrab just yet. He has a chance. For the push the shell, climb the shell event, regardless of what boss is here, we keep them on screen. All you gotta do is push them all the way to the right, and then push them all the way north, and it lines up just perfectly for you to climb both the boss and the wall, and you're good to go. Now we get to see Frog and Magus bring Chrono back to life while Chrono watches from the sidelines. One of the most beautiful cutscenes in the game. I think this is the second most beautiful cutscene in the game. Because the first most beautiful cutscene is clearly Frog cutting a mountain in half. Come on now. Crab skips the mountains are nice guy.
That email I posted in chat is all I have to say about it.
Yeah. Another speed tab. The hidden chest. He skips. Uh-oh. Crab did not get the skip here. I don't think you can run from this one, can you?
You can't.
Yep. So that's 2 fights that'll have to trigger again, or at least one other. I guess to hit the bird one more time to get the bird to move. Black Omen is open. There it is. That's what I wanted to see, Sigil. Thank you. Thank you for not forgetting to go home to pet the cat. Man. I didn't want to have to disqualify him. He wouldn't have been disqualified. But internal to our community, your seed is not validated until you go home and pet Chrono's cat. Yeah, it'll be an interesting race for sure to see how much that Mount Woe experience helps out. I don't know what level Sigil's at, but he did remember to pick up the mid-ethers also? He's the Demon Edge, but he's got a Swallow. Why isn't he using the Swallow? He unequipped it for some reason. I don't know why. Sigil, why are you not using your Swallow?
Another
I
like
have two
thing.
questions to ask Sigil.
Another thing. Yeah, yeah. The swallow, since it didn't have any like change effects, it. I think Sigil just wanted things to be faster for that fight in the front. Like those, I don't like those laser enemies much, so I definitely understand that.
Sigil took off the swallow prior to the last boss. So there's an intentional choice he's making to not use that, even though it's a better weapon for Chrono. I don't really understand why. It could just be having maggots faster, so you've just got the quick double tap into dark matter, as opposed to having to tab off of Chrono if Chrono's faster. I don't know if he's used his speed tabs yet either, but at this point I would definitely be like, heck no, you probably want to save some speed tabs for Frog in case you need to heal, but who knows? Could just be a speed thing. AcidCrab picks up his pendant and then recognizes, wait a second. Wait a second. And is now in his go mode, so we'll see where he goes. Probably going straight to the castle. Trigger the jail sequence. Stop to restock his. There's the swallow.
I think I won't like talk too much more about the whole Doom Sword thing. If unless it's like they happen to find it, like you'd probably expect to do like at least 4,000. Not probably even like almost nearing 5,000 at this point.
I think if you lower your stream quality settings, and then like download a program that intentionally drops frames, you might be able to just pull that off manually, phone. $23.24. I would be feeling a bit low going into this. Want it to be in emulator? That's fair. You've got the speed. You kind of have the power. But man, just the lowness of HP here, especially getting towards the end of this, I think I would probably plan on not skipping fights. Except maybe these things, just because they're annoying. But like every other fight, I would probably try to take just to make sure that Zeal 2 does not knock me out in one hit. Because I've been in a spot where you go into Black Omen a little too early and you can't kill Zeal 2, or I could not kill Zeal 2. So like, I would not want to reach that point again.
I'm gonna interject about those enemies. The boss orb psychics, you kind of just never want to take them. Like they're just really like they're worse rubbles. So
yeah,
you're gonna like they're harder to hit, and you can also take damage in the front. So it's not fun.
Nope. And vanilla, they weren't as bad because you could like, well, if you had Rainbow and Frenzy Band, I believe it is, for that 80% counterattack rate. Yeah, I mean, like, the Geno grind is an option. The Lab 32 grind is an option. Like, there's ways to get some extra XP before going into Black Omen, just to make sure you're not gonna reach the end of it a little under-leveled. The tail end of Omen does give a lot of XP and TP. It does. There's some back-to-back bosses and a couple other things that just make it really nice. 20. What would I... Man, if I was going into 20, I probably wouldn't start Black Omen until 25 if I could. Honestly, I think I'd do just one round of the Geno, the entrance to Geno conveyor belt, to see what that got me. And if it got me like 1 or 2 levels per character, I'd be like, cool, now I feel a bit better about it, then I would go into Black Omen. Yeah, that's really it, is do you need the extra juice or not? Zeal is not too hard of a fight. She's very scripted if you have the damage output to get through her attacks. You've already got a Chrono with Confuse, so that's in your favor. Don't really have another strong solo targeter. Like, Maggots can get away with it a little bit with maybe a Dark Bomb. This would almost be a... Man, would I go back to Robo? No, because the speed's too slow. But having Robo with an Uzi tackle would be really great for a Zeal 2 fight. There's a Wonder Shot. I knew we'd find a Wonder Weapon. Another Wonder Weapon. Mega Elixir. Rainbow Arm. Another Swallow. And a Shield Dress. So a bunch of items that we can't or won't use for various reasons. Because they are for either female characters or Robo who's not in the party. Pineapple, orange, banana juice sounds amazing. I'm a mango juice fan, but any combination of those would be great. Yeah, Rainbow Arm would be really good. So I'm sure AcidCrab will be happy when he gets there and finds that. But I don't foresee Sigil swapping back into Robo at this point. It's possible. I just think it's unlikely. What's the time hack here? I'm going to check the time when Sigil leaves this room. $1:15:46. Last shopping trip. And we'll see when AcidCrab catches up to that. 107:20, thank ya. Gets us another time check. I mean, there's a pretty fair gap because Crab's still got to do Death Peak and Sigil's already into Black Omen. Sigil has to get either walled or trolled. But he's still looking for items. I wonder what he's looking for. I don't know if he's actually going to open this chest. Maybe he's just triggering the fight. I think these die to Luminaire. I don't remember. Oh, I think it's either Luminaire or it's water.
I think it... I actually forget about water. Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's only water and fire that they take good damage.
Yeah,
from.
fire or water for the snakes, yeah. I'm just trying to think. I think I usually go through there with Marl if I kill them, but water or fire?
I think physical is also fine. It's just water, fire, or physical.
Yeah, Chrono attacked 1 and dealt like 200 or 300 non-crit. So still a bit low, but also I think it's just his weapon is not the greatest. Ooh, crab getting blown off the mountain. You can't make it there. Crab, what are you doing?
Yeah, you have to get through. You have to wait for this first one and then the second one.
Man, what a skip that would be if you could just make it to the second tree.
I mean that would skip that would skip like the whole like setup to get there.
Pretty much. Ooh, Crab also gets that first skip. Makes the second skip, just says, nope, I'm going for it. Sigil probably run away from his 8 or 6 eyes fight. His damage slowly creeping up. I think so. They both have elixirs because they got elixirs from Xenon Bridge, and there's another mega elixir that Sigil got. So I think Sigil's mega elixir count is a bit lower than Crab's because Crab fought the rebels to farm some. But I really think it's just going to be a matter of HP, right? If Zeal just happens to get off, like if her attacks are just overpowering on the HP side, and you get stuck into a defensive recovery loop, like that would be the thing to watch out for here. You've got Chrono, who has life, already open. It was his first tech. You've got Frog, which should have heal. I haven't seen it come up yet. Hopefully it's not his last learned tech. That would be incredibly obnoxious.
I believe Frog did just learn heal on Sigil's end.
Okay. Just learn heal. So that's probably, what, 6 or 7 tech slot?
Mm-hmm.
Prism Specs move to Chrono. He'll drop the last of his tabs. Those poor +1 magic tabs. So sad. Yeah, AcidCrab, prior to Black Omen, is already level 27. So there's the level difference from Woe to Black Omen. (24-24) on an X strike is not bad. As we once again have dueling bosses. AcidCrab fighting a golem at the top of Death Peak. Sigil fighting Lavo Spawn halfway through Black Omen.
Just one more will take you out.
Push X strike until dead. 3. I guess the joke's dead now. 3 steps to this boss. Step 1, Chrono plus Frog. Step 2, X strike. Step 3, Profit, right? Very true.
It's an important note that Sarah's in chat just made. Hi, Sarah's. Yeah, your dual attacks often, as well as like your spells, like your magic, just do not miss. So X strike will never miss. So it's a bit safer on damage than a confuse from Chrono.
Absolutely. And I'm sure everyone here has felt the pain of Frog's Leap Slash bonking against the top of the screen multiple times in a row.
That's where I just would just say screw it and just start throwing spin strike all over the place.
You could, yeah. Step 1, collect Aussie pants. Right, is AcidCrab. Looks like he makes his final preparations before going into Black Omen. Oh, does he go straight into Black Omen? He goes straight into Black Omen. Probably feeling behind. Honestly, if I was in Crab's position, I would definitely be feeling behind, knowing that you did a couple other dungeons that led to nothing, and then seeing that pendant at the top of Denadoro. Knowing you could have really just done 3 dungeons and been there. So, as chat fills in, Ceres Rose. For those who are just joining, we found the clone at Hecarim Cave. We found the Chrono Trigger on Xenon Bridge. And our last Go Mode item was the pendant on Denadoro Mountain, which made the entire seed pretty much a 3-check Go Mode.
It's just a Sphere Zero at Go Mode seed.
Yep.
Which is I'm not particularly like super fond of playing these myself. And I was hoping Gatekey was actually gonna lock pendant, but that didn't happen today. But yeah, the other thing about, because like for Chrono, his weapons were either you get one of like the many swallows we've seen, or you get out of Reptite, or rather out of the hunting ground. There was a Doom Sword for Chrono. But
We found a blackmail.
But Sigil didn't pick it up.
Sigil did spend some time in the hunting ground to get a Prism Helm, but did not grab the Doom Sword while he was in there. As we find
it
Hecarim.
would have taken a bit more time to pick it up, unfortunately.
I think there's a route, if you plan on fighting the new in the hunting grounds, I believe there is a route where you can do, I think it's 2 frogs, 2 of the ooze fights, and then you prep for the new to spawn, and you get to the bottom right corner just in time for the rain to start, and then you do the run route, bottom right to top left. Excuse me, bottom right to top left. Fight the new, and then you might only need to go back in for one more round of ooze spawns to get enough to get 2 items. Chrono is...
In the meantime, this is one of my least favorite bosses to see at the end of the Black Omen. Because this enemy, whatever boss is here, gets so much HP. And so, like the Sakura here has at least 10,000 HP, so we're gonna have to spam a lot of spells to get through this fight.
And your HP is lower, and he has a nasty counterattack. Did this go off after the counterattack?
No, that's in the script. The counter is
Nope. He did. Yep, the timing on that was just a second off.
Oh, never mind. I didn't see that.
Yeah, but he's got the blue mail on Chrono, so he's not... It's not over, because Chrono can do life when he gets some magic back. But that's going to be another... Oh, he got the kill. All right, cool. He was like, no, we just got to end this fight. We're not dealing with it.
I don't blame him. That fight in particular is just, in my opinion, is one of the worst here. That you can roll
for sure.
Here. Other than, like, of course, Dalton Plus, you know. Dalton Plus is also really dangerous here.
There was a split second where we had a double Luminaire on screen, and I just wanted to point that out.
It looks like the blue rock was just checked and it rolled a magic defense plus 12 on it. Well, on the contrary, this is probably one of the best fights, one of the best bosses you can roll here. So, okay.
Yep.
Not like the absolute worst. I think Heckran into Dalton Plus is probably the worst combination. Like one of the worst. At least that, you know, I can think of.
Man, just watching that HP. I think he's just barely over a max of 500 on one tune on Sigil's side. Which might be enough to survive.
He also has blackmail on somebody else, so like
he does.
Zeal 2 is not going to be the biggest issue, I think.
Yeah, he's got blue mail, which means that Chrono won't die to it, so he's got an opportunity for life. Just picked up a Crisis Sickle as well.
Yeah,
which will get Max a bit more damage.
I had a speed +1, that's nice.
Hey, can't go wrong with that. AcidCrab fights his way down the elevator. I'd love to know who architecturally designed this the Black Omen, because there's two elevators, one goes up and one goes down, so like you have to go down to go back up, which is just a weird design. Oh, it was Dalton? Yeah, that's why. So is the Black Omen supposed to be like the remains of the wrecked Blackbird plus the remains of Ocean Palace merging together to create this thing? Being held up by magic? Sigil starts. Final boss gauntlet. Ah, Black Dream in Japanese. That makes sense. Did he heal? Okay, so he didn't get the menu glitch. And he'll pop a Lapis here to make sure he doesn't die to Mammon Machine. He might... Okay, he's got a Frog Heal 2 going out, so that makes me feel a bit safer. I don't think he's got the damage to pump out a kill on Mammon before it retaliates. So I'd be a little bit wary about getting it too strong before taking this hit. Okay, there's the release. Let's hope he survives.
Yeah, you need to be able to defeat it before that attack. You need elemental damage. And because like he raises his defense in response to physical damage. So it's a little bit specific, but yeah, you need strong elemental damage to be able to really handle it.
Is Chrono surviving with 4 HP though? That's the difference that one level could make, right? If he was one level lower, his Chrono would have been dead off that attack. His Chrono will die from that one though. So now he's really feeling the, do I have enough resources to get through this? I think he's got extra Hyper Ethers. I know he picked up the Mid Ethers as well.
He also has two more Megas.
Yeah, he's probably going to save, I know he's going to save at least one of those for the Zeal halfway point. But I think if he can just keep pushing the damage, he can clear this. Yep, there it is. Another swallow. That's like the 4th or 5th swallow. Oh, that's funny.
In the meantime, that crab went for a fairly tricky skip with the Boss Orb Sidekicks in the Black Omen, where you actually run into them to make them shut their eyes. He's going for it again.
You know, I've never been able to tell if that actually works. It still just kind of feels like they do whatever they want to me.
Yeah, it's fairly random, but it takes practice to really get it down. But Crab got it down. That was really neat.
Nice. And now Sigil. Starting his Zeal 2 fight with maggots on the floor and a Chrono with low MP. Is he not picking up maggots on purpose? Is there a strat here that I don't know about? There's probably a strat here that I don't know about. Oh, maggots refusing to fight a small. That's, you know what? I could see that.
Sigil's wanting to push to Halation before the before Zeal's next turn, excuse me.
Yeah, that's fair. There's the halation. Chrono has life though. So, I mean, he could pick Magus up. Ooh, there's a laser beam. Cure 2 on the frog. He's in a bit of a tough spot. Can he recover? MP Buster's gonna hurt. Oh, he's got 3 revives. Reviving Magus is a choice for sure. Come on, Sigil. Gotta get out of this defensive. There's 1 Mega Elixir. With Chrono still down. But that buys him time. Waits for ATB to fill up. Throws a revive. And the second Mega Elixir. Now he's in a good spot. There it is. Clean recovery. Now he's just got to get back on that damage train.
I don't think he's going to be able to keep Magus. The next move is the Hexagon Mist.
Yeah, he's just trying to make sure that Frog and Chrono stay up at this point, I think. He's a little, yeah, his turn timer's getting high up there. She's starting to get to her more dangerous abilities. Ooh! 2 down.
Oh, that's real bad.
I'm not keeping track of the damage count, but I don't know if he's got enough to just punch damage through this. There's a Dark Gear Shadow. He's wearing a blue mail. I think this is a wipe. Oh! All 3 party members sleeping. There's a reset.
I hate to see it.
But fortunately, he's right outside the door. Equips a green ding on Magus and says, let's do this again. But he's got to do Zeal 1, Mammon Machine, into Zeal 2 all over again. This is what I was talking about, folks. Getting to the end and not having enough HP to survive can hurt. But he's putting in a good effort. Crab is...
Frog going down from the Hexagon Mist. I didn't know if it was guaranteed. I don't think that's guaranteed. I think that was just bad RNG.
I'm not sure. I didn't catch the damage. Looking at their max HPs now, it looked like they should have survived. Oh, wow. Yep. And this far in, there's nowhere else you can get XP. It's you've got what you've got, and hope you can punch through. There's a little bit of strategic plays you can have here. You've got a small amount of revives. Who gets them and when? Do you take an extra turn to heal? Like, you could play a little bit more safe and throw more healing out if you need to. Use up all them items, but... Did he ever put the swallow back on, or is he still using the Darksaber? If this man is nerfing himself...
I think he has a swallow on.
I hope he gets to Chrono so I can see what items he's got.
This time, though, he did get the mini glitch.
So he goes into Mammon 2. A little bit stronger, that's good. Might be able to deal the damage to take it out before it retaliates, but I'm not sure here. It was on during his final save point? Okay. 2 dark matters, not attacking with Chrono. That's not enough. Looks like he'll take this retaliate. As long as everybody lives. And they do? Yep. He's got Frog for heals, and now Chrono can start pumping out confused damage. Okay. This AcidCrab races up this Omen, hoping to catch up. Is not too far behind now. It looks like we'll go into the Zeal 2 fight with all 3 characters up, a little bit low on MP, but really nice. He got the bat skip. Apparently AcidCrab got the bat skip, probably one of the hardest skips in the game, and I didn't even see it. Kudos to AcidCrab for pulling off a bat skip.
There's a fight with 2 goons in that previous room that the trigger is by like 2 bats moving back and forth, and so you can run past it if you just time it correctly. It's definitely tricky, but it does save time if you're just really wanted to just go as fast as you can to the end.
And we're back in Zeal 2. Using up them items. Taking less chances here. We got extra elixirs, throw an elixir. Why is his... No, that might have just been a hyper ether, not an elixir. Okay. Oh, Fitz rolled this one? No wonder. Normal sky gates as AcidCrab deals with this overpowered Hecarim. And Chrono keeps dancing around Zeal 2's head. That should get us to Halation, I think. 24. Yep, there's a Halation, so there's the halfway point. Zeal 2. Yeah, Sigil's just playing it safe. He's like, nope, we're just gonna have Chrono deal damage, and everyone else just supports the Chrono, which is a good play. Rock throws a leap slash.
The turn order also looked a little bit safer there. Yep. Like it looked a little bit safer.
AcidCrab's taking down Hecarim. Hot on the heels of Sigil711. Maybe that's supposed to be 711. Gold Rock. With a green dream effect on it. Not bad for Robo, honestly. But it's no Robo's ribbon, which we did not find. The seed. Probably somewhere in the future. Unclaimed. Sigil gets into a bit of a spot here. Magus out of MP. A little bit low on HP. Sigil just pumps. There it is. That's it. He got it.
There we go. GG.
147. 14. Sigil takes the win, knocking out Zeal 2. GG's in the chat. for Sigil711.
And that time was a lot better and got all the damage up before Hexagonus did occur because that stole the next attack. So you just want to make sure you can avoid it if you can. Even with like that one blue mantle, it still was that devastating. So.
Let's see if we can get our good buddy Sigil in here.
I will be right back. I will be in time to talk about things for the interview.
Yeah. See if we can track down Sigil for an interview. Thank you so much for that official race time. Sigil ending with a win, 147.18. Acid's audio is way too loud. Can I adjust that? I don't think I can from where I am. I don't want to break anything, so I'm gonna say nope. I'll let our Restreamer take care of that. Thank you, Mian. There he is. Can I move him? Hey, I can. Welcome, Sigil.
Thank you. That why?
GG's, my friend.
Thank you.
How are you feeling during that Zeal 2 fight?
Very emotionally abused. I was like 1 or 2 hits away, confuses away from finishing the first time.
Yeah, she can be rough sometimes.
Yeah.
And if max HP is just a little bit too low, like back-to-back hits, and you're just like, oof, gotta restart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you made some choices during this run. We got a couple questions for you. I think you just loaded up, so you can see AcidCrab is working his way through Zeal right now. He just got to Zeal, by the way. This is his first attempt on Zeal. So you had a pretty significant time buffer in your advantage here.
I wonder what was the difference.
So the difference was he got Marl from the back of Cathedral, and then found the Prism Shard in Reptite Lair, which you found also, decided to go follow that chain before going to Denadoro to get the pendant.
Yeah, essentially last located pendant. That's what happened.
Yep.
Yeah, no, with my beginning party and defining Magus, I was just like, worst case, I'm single teching it. And knowing Luca was at Burrow was one of the characters I was hoping for. Not back to Cathedral.
Yep. Your decisions in your routing certainly paid off, though. Although, we do have a couple questions. We saw that you went into the hunting range and got a Prism Helm, but you didn't grab the Doom Sword.
I wasn't sure who could equip the Doom Sword.
That makes sense. Yeah, it was the for Chrono.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was like I also double checked, and I believe that for Frog it's Doom Blade and not Doom Sword.
I thought it was the other way around.
Yep. Frog's best weapon is also key item.
It's also a key item too.
So, but I'm like you. I would not have known who that was. But everybody in chat was like, "Yeah, he just walked by literally the best weapon in the game, which is a rainbow with doom effect." So
That would have made be so nice.
Yeah, it would have been huge. The other tricky thing about that was you'd have to fight the like the acid enemies for the horns.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure where to get the horns. That was my first time doing the hunting range.
Oh, that's your first time? Okay, yeah. There are two spawns for the like the acid like enemies there.
Yep.
And so they had the horns in this scene.
Okay.
Those two and the new In the Rain drops a little bit of everything. So if you're going to spend enough time in the hunting range, there's a loop you can do that gets you, I think it's 4 fights and the new.
The new drops 3 of each. I think the hunting range drops from the regular fights are randomized. And they're randomized between each other, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the reason why I didn't stick around. I wasn't too sure where to get the horns and didn't want to waste time.
Yep. Understandable. I mean, the Prism Helm was worth it already, so...
Yeah. Yeah. Worst case, I was planning to replace Chrono. If I found Aeon.
Yep. Makes sense.
Then I found the Swallow.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, not searching for Aeon now.
There was a point in time where you had the Swallow, but you intentionally unequipped it and put the Darksaber back on. Was that just so Magus would be faster?
Yes. I just want the Magus to be faster for the first part. Going up the mountain, the first part of Omen.
Yeah, that's why I thought, because the enemies at the front of the Black Omen are a pain if you don't are waiting with your person with the screen clear, you know.
Hey, well, your choices and your routing paid off. Got you a win here. And even though Zeal 2 gave you a little bit of trouble, you bounced back, played it safe there that second time, and took the win. Very well done, sir. Very well done.
Thank you.
I'm too, like, TV brain. When I hear bounce back, I think of Hell's Kitchen. So, but, yeah, you did a good job. Is there anything you're wanting to hope for like your next race?
I know the hunting range better.
Yeah, the hunting range can be very helpful, especially if you know how to do it quickly. I actually should try to do it faster too.
Yeah.
And we've got AcidCrab finishing his race with a 156.51. GG's to AcidCrab, who now joins us in the booth for post-game interview. How you feeling, Acid?
GG.
GG.
Is the Crab here? Crab, you here?
Oh, I'm muted. Yes, I'm here. Hello. I'm feeling pretty good. I took a gamble. I've been playing a lot by the books lately. Like, very, like, the fastest, kind of most efficient thing. And just in that moment, but when I looked at Denadoro and I looked at Mount Woe, I was like, this is a Crab moment. I gotta take my shot. And then but I feel pretty good because I feel like I stomped through that end game.
You did.
Like,
you were
I feel
making
like I
pretty
did
good time.
Yeah. So I felt like I
Uh,
probably maybe made up a little bit of time there, but I definitely did maybe a couple extra dungeons. I don't know.
For sure, the extra levels you got from Mount Woe were definitely in your favor. But I'm sure as you learned, the pendant being on Denadoro gave you all the knowledge of like 2 dungeons where like, well, those weren't required at all.
Yep, yep, and I eventually made it up there. I almost went there instead of desert. I looked at desert and I looked at Dinodoro, and I had to kind of choose which one I thought would be better, and I went desert because I thought it'd be faster to get in and out. Because the rewards on Dinodoro are really bad. Like the
Yeah.
chests all suck,
Yep.
and the enemies aren't worth anything, and so it's just like time running. And so but I'm happy. I felt confident in my choices, and I didn't get beat by that much. It was pretty close still, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, no, I looked at Denadero in the desert also.
Yeah.
It was just like, I have Dark Mist, Dark Matter, and Prism Specs. I'm going desert. I could at least get some levels there.
Yeah, that was the other thing is, like you said, it's a 2-for-1. I was going to do the grind. I kind of wanted to do the grind anyway. Something else that shot me in the foot is I'm not used to going through Black Omen without fire. Or
Same
water.
here.
I usually have one or the other. And so, like, a few of those enemies, I was having to, like, test things. And I definitely lost some time there. But I'm happy. I'm going to watch it back and see what choices you made different. But congratulations on on their win, Sigil's win. And
Thank you.
that was a good match.
Yeah, several of the Black Omen enemies have like gnarly resistances. Like those little red flying guys, they like take a quarter damage from all elements. Like just as an example, it's like
I thought about putting moving the prism specs to Magus and seeing if that would boost fire 2 enough, and it might have boosted it enough to get through like the goons were a good example of like I needed a better answer to the goons to get to run through there. But yeah, once I knew where I was going, I felt like my execution was good. So that's all I can ask.
I ended up single targeting the goons.
Did you?
Yeah.
I should have. I was still trying to fire to them, but I definitely could have switched. I didn't get Uzi Punch until pretty late. But once I got Uzi Punch, I had an answer. Because I could Uzi Punch confuse.
Yeah. I ended up like leap slashing and confused. I got Frog from the...
Oh, very nice. Was he on Dactyl?
Yes.
Nice.
He replaced Robo right away since I had the hero medal.
I should have sent you my my Masamune, my Grand Leon that I got.
I think that was a Wonder Immune, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was a Wonder Immune. It would have been something. I don't know what effect it possibly also rolled because it was a +2. You know, so it could have been like really something to use, you know. Wonder Immune's just like it can like hit extremely hard or it just hits for nothing. So
well, I appreciate everybody helping out tonight with the restream and commentary so that we could do some Jets of Time action.
Yeah. Shout out to the Jets of Time community. Everybody in chat on Discord. If you're new to us, feel free to join our Discord. We've got Discord, we got websites, we got all this stuff. Always looking for new players. We've got lots of events that happen around the year. Help people get in, learn the game. Thank you to AcidCrab and Sigil for putting on an amazing run. I've been PhilosoRay. My co-commentator has been Fox. Fox or runners, any final words?
I just like to thank Fitz and Cerise for putting together the tournament, and you guys for doing the restream tonight.
I don't have anything else to say. I just had a long day, so I'm ready for you all to take us away.
Crab, final words? All right. Thanks, everybody. Catch us for more Jets of Time later. I don't know what the schedule for this tournament is. We'll do our best to announce in our Discord when the next race is so that people can chime in. If not, just follow us on Twitch and you'll get the notification. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.